Hi, I'm Eli, and today I am going to be drawing Clarence. It was a sketch that I did a while ago, not drawn quite like this, but I wanted to redraw him and give him his own little setting. So Clarence, he's a troll. He is not mean or anything like that. He's always been quite friendly. He's a little bit intellectually challenged. He's fun, he's crazy, he's happy. No one can really put him down, but as you can see here, he's on a lily pad. And unfortunately, he's only 7 inches tall now. He were nearly 4 feet high, but he got cursed by a witch, which he found quite funny, and he enjoys being only 7 inches tall. I've thought about him for a while. He's a fairy tale fantasy type of troll, and nothing will put this guy down. Here he is, just lazing around on his lily pad. This is a world that comes out of my mind, my imagination, and I've been using pencil. I've used fine liners, which are uni pin liners, and now I'm using some markers, which are new markers to us. The I don't know whether that's what you call them or not, but these are quite good. I've only got a set that is, I think it's 40 pens, but I want to get the ones that are a lot more because these have been really good. I just can't put the blend in there because some of the colours jump 2 or 3 tones, so therefore I can't really make them blend seamlessly. But you can see from using the pens that these could blend quite seamlessly. So I'm going to get a pack that is going to be a full pack. That's what I wanted to do anyway. The full selection, the lot, everything. And then I can create things that are a little bit more blended together, a bit like the mud, what's in the background, and a few more of the greens, so we could select different areas of darkness and light. As I was doing this piece and Clarence was getting a little bit more developed, I realised just how much green was in here. And no spoiler on this, because after all he's a troll, he's also green. So I needed to break it up. So in the ears I had to think about the majority of the green is at the top near the ears. So in the ears I decided that I was going to change that colour up. And that's what I did. I also used, as you can see just there, I'm using some, I don't know how to say this either, Koino. I've been an artist for such a long time, but I don't know how to pronounce these things. But Kohinor, Koino. Maybe it's my accent, not too sure. But I use those as my pencil crayons to make sure that the coloured pencils that I was using were going to blend really nicely with these markers, and these ones do a lot more than the Prismacolor, funnily enough. So I use my markers and I use the Koino pencils just to make sure that, well, coloured pencils, just to make sure that everything had the right value and the right tone. I could have gone into this further, definitely could have, but this was to try out the new markers, and I think they're pretty cool. I think they're pretty good. So just give you a little look around here. Look at the line work and the tones and the shading, blends. They're pretty good as markers, these are. I like the little texture on his skin as well, of the little dots there. He's a little bit slippery, slimery. But that's probably because he's been on this lily pad, floating around in the pond for a while. Well, this was the sketch that I did. This was the fine liner that I'd done when it was on Twitch. And then I put some more dark black, put some more black in for the depth. And then this is the majority colour before I started really doing Clarence. And here's Clarence. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed drawing Clarence, and we'll see you soon.